Poštovane dame i gospodo, meni je posebna čast što mogu pozdraviti današnje govornike. Prije svega, ja bih želio pozdraviti predsjednika IDS-a i župana Istarske županije, gospodina Ivana Jakovčića. Želim pozdraviti potpredsjednika Vlade Republike Hrvatske za unutarnju i vanjsku politiku, gospodina Nevena Mimicu. Želim se ujedno zahvaliti što je našao vremena, unatoč brojnim obavezama, da dođe na ovu našu međunarodnu konferenciju i već drugi put u kratko vrijeme posjećuje političke međunarodne skupove IDS-a. Zatim želim pozdraviti gospodina Dika Rochea, potpredsjednika ELDR-a Europske liberalne stranke i bivšeg dugogodišnjeg ministra u Vladi Republike Irske, između ostalog i ministra za Europu. Ovdje želim spomenuti da je IDS nedavno dobio mogućnost, da je prihvaćena ideja i da će IDS organizirati iduće godine na proljeće Vijeće Europske liberalne stranke, znači Council of ELDR. On će biti organiziran upravo ovdje u Istri i zahvaljujem se naravno i Diku Rocheu i Europskoj liberalnoj stranci. Želim pozdraviti i gospođu Flo Clucas. Izvolite. Koja isto u kratko vrijeme već drugi put dolazi u Poreč. Ona dolazi od strane Odbora regije Europe. Ona je predsjednica europske grupe, ALDE grupe u Odboru regija i dolazi iz Velike Britanije. Ali želim ispomenuti da će upravo gospođa Flo Clucas organizirati jedan sastanak ALDE grupe za nekoliko mjeseci upravo ovdje u Poreču. Znači jedan sastanak Odbora regija će se održati u Poreču i želim se zahvaliti.
It's important for me as a liberal politician because I want to see people able to take their own decisions, able to make their own choices, being seen to have opportunity rather than be confined by the state. And the difficulty is, of course, that without economic liberalism, without economic and social opportunity, that simply cannot happen. And so in doing what we're doing, by investing, we are saving the state money, encouraging growth in the economy, but actually we are doing what liberals do best, which is investing in people to make sure that those people can actually have what they require for a better life. And so, to challenges in the crisis. I've actually drawn up a list of 10 commandments for politicians to follow, with apologies to all politicians here, but this is what I hope my own comrades in the United Kingdom will actually follow. Firstly, governments and those in government need to understand how angry people feel. Secondly, they need to ensure that what they do is seen to be fair. They need to communicate effectively, not just efficiently, as to what is happening and why. They need to listen to what people say and learn the lessons of the past. And then they should not repeat them. They need to look at doing things in a different kind of way. Look not just at spending, but investing, because that will save in the long run. They should not ignore other levels of government than the national. They should look at all levels of government, because it is the case across Europe that most sub-national governments do not have the levels of debt that national governments have, and may well be in a position to invest if given the opportunity and a little bit of support. And finally, well, no, not quite finally, we should never ever believe our own publicity, because in so doing, what we do is fall into the trap that others have in the past. My final one is to say to all politicians, we must never make promises we don't think we can keep, because in so doing, we destroy the belief of people in politics and politicians and in the democratic system.
But it's not too late. I think that the election of a new president in France, the fiscal compact, because it's a patch that will take us through the current crisis, gives us time, not a lot of time. But we don't need a lot of time, because there has been a huge amount of analysis. What we need now is time for a consensus to come forward. And I put it to you, the Marshall Plan was created in 100 days. We don't need 100 days, we need something less to bring all of the government parties, all of the political parties that are involved in the national parliaments, the European Parliament, the European institutions together, to see where can we agree. We know the things that we don't agree on, but we do need to have a convention to look to the future. I would suggest that what we need to do is as follows. First of all, we need to very fundamentally review the Charter for the European Central Bank. The European Central Bank, and I'm not a critic of the Central Bank, has done wonderful things. We often forget it's only a teenager and it has solved and dealt with some extraordinary crises. But it doesn't have the full range of powers that are available typically to central banks. And we need to, in fact, trust ourselves. It doesn't have the federal powers to regulate bank misbehavior. And so you actually have gaps in the operational system. It doesn't have the power to operate as a lender of last resort. It doesn't have the power to operate in tandem with the fiscal authorities because, of course, we haven't had up to this a central fiscal authority. And we need to deal with these deficiencies. And people say there is a reluctance in Germany to actually give these powers to a central bank. I can understand that. If I were a German taxpayer, I wouldn't want to be paying anybody else's bills. And I'm not critical of that stance. But now that we have the fiscal compact in place, and now that we have taken the fiscal measures, or the measures that are, according to the leadership in Germany, France, and the rest of Europe, are sufficient to control the fiscal irregularities, let's look again at the role of the central bank.
We progressives say fiscal discipline remains essential to the same extent as our deep structural reforms. Fiscal pact is to be coupled with the growth pact. Therefore, the major dilemma is not state regulations versus market, but the dilemma is good regulations versus poorly regulated market. For us social democrats, well-regulated market also encompasses a social market economy. However, there is no single European social model. We have several models in Europe which reflect historical diversities and different stages of development. The progressive forces of Europe must now define precisely how and on what principles existing social models could work simultaneously and in mutually supportive manner at the national and European levels. It would be possible if we preserve the same point of departure, which is that economic competitiveness and renewed forms of social security are not contradictions, but preconditions to each other. Economic progress must be coupled with social progress.
2006. godine u 8. mjesecu Istra je imala 4,3% nezaposlenih. Dobro ste čuli. 4,3% nezaposlenih. Bili smo u jeku kreiranja naših razvojnih programa. Brijuni Rivijera, nekoliko golf igrališta, da ne nabrajam dalje. Ne? Ali baš govorimo o temama koje su i danas aktualne. Ne može, to nema smisla, kamo nas to vodi i tako dalje i tako dalje. Danas, sa nerealiziranim tim projektima koje smo tada mogli realizirati, danas imamo 10% nezaposlenih. Nismo trebali imati danas 10% nezaposlenih. Nismo trebali. Ko je tu kriv? Pa naravno, najprije sam ja kriv. I IDS je kriv. Ali i svi oni koji su nas dovodili u takvu situaciju da mi smo osluškujući razmišljanja djelomično opozicije, djelomično nevladinog sektora, ipak uvažavali ta razmišljanja i nismo se odlučivali na radikalne rezove u smislu ne zanima nas što govorite, idemo to realizirati. Naravno da je prije svega odgovornost na onima koji su na neki način zaustavljali te projekte i koje danas teže možemo realizirati. Na sreću još uvijek ima investitora koji su zainteresirani za Istru i koji žele ulagati svoj novac ovdje i koji će, nadam se, doprinijeti konkurentnijem turizmu, konkurentnoj industriji, boljoj poljoprivredi, jer ima i takvih zainteresiranih. Mi danas moramo imati definitivno otvoren naš liberalni pristup. Mi moramo promijeniti neke zakone u ovoj zemlji. Hvalimo se da imamo najbolje zakone što se tiče zaštite kulture, da imamo najbolje zakone što se tiče zaštite okoliša. Super, odlično. Koliko sam ja napravio osobno za kulturu u Hrvatskoj, svi jako dobro znaju. Jako dobro znaju. Koliko je Istra, i na čelu i sa mnom, uložila u zaštitu okoliša, svi najbolje znaju, više od svih ostalih. I u kulturi i u okolišu. Ali to ne može biti limit našeg razvoja. Mi moramo promijeniti neke zakone. Mi moramo imati mogućnost da investitor kad dođe u ovu zemlju zna pod kojim uvjetima će ulagati. I ako ne, neće niko uložiti. Da li je to domaći ili strani, sasvim je svejedno. Na sreću imamo još i u Istri baš vitalnih kompanija koje žele i dalje ulagati u našu regiju.